This is a quick tutorial on how to install the $50 aftermarket FPV kit designed for the Syma X5 onto our Syma X8. In the tutorial, I'll go over some specifications over the aftermarket FPV kit, and I will go over the several modifications you need to do to be able to install it onto your Syma X8. This is the box that your FPV kit will come in. It will include a USB power cable that will charge both the monitor and the camera at the same time. A description of the camera. Pictures are at 2 megapixels. Videos are at 720p. The SD card goes here. You can see there's the on-off switch and the charging port. The front of the camera has an adjustable angle lens. Where I have the 3.5 millimeter jack will be the original plug wire that goes into the X5. You can also see here's the antenna and the channel selection switches. It has its own 300 milliamp battery, which is 3.7 volts. As the monitor has its flip open shades for the screen. On the right side you'll have the on-off switch. On the left side you'll have the power input port right there. In the back you'll also have the channel selector switch. Comes with a 5.8 gigahertz antenna. It has its own 420 milliamp battery located on the back, and you have the ability to change that battery out and charge it by itself. I'll do a quick demonstration of the FPV camera and monitor. Turn this on. And turn this on. Give it a second, and there you go. Syma X8 controller mod. What we need to do here is to take this antenna so it can fit this little arch system, which is designed to go here. But as you see, it is too big because this is designed for the Syma X5 remote, which has a smaller fake antenna. Over here you see I have a controller which I did the modification. On the left side you see here I filed it down flat, and on the right side I filed it down flat. Easiest way to do this is to take the remote control apart, pull out the fake antenna, and use a file. Then once you do that, make sure the sides are even, and this should slide down right on top just like this. And then we can start with the next modification, which we need to do to the monitor so we can mount it to this fake antenna. Syma X5 FPV monitor modification. We need to be able to modify this monitor clamp to be able to fit on this fake antenna. What we need, this bottom clamping piece here that comes with the kit. You need to file down any plastic so this part is flat. I've already filed it down, you can see. You're also going to need a set of washers, 2 for each side, to go in between the clamp and the monitor. If you do not, when you tighten this, you'll end up cracking this piece because the antenna will still be slightly taller than the clamping system. Now you see, once I got everything finished, I'm able to mount the X5 FPV monitor onto the Syma X8C controller. And I'll show you down here one reason why you need those washers, because the antenna is still slightly taller than the clamping system. When you tighten it down, you need to be able to make up for that gap in there, otherwise you'll end up cracking this piece of plastic. And then you'll have to buy another mounting set. FPV camera modification for the remote video picture control wire. You have 2 options. First option is to take the wire that is originally with the camera and replace it with a 3.5 millimeter jack if you want to remotely start and stop videos and take pictures with the Syma X8C transmitter controller. If you're having doubts in your ability to be able to do this, just take the original wire that comes on this camera and install a micro switch. You have two Different types of micro switches here. I have a clicker which comes off of a flashlight, or another clicker which came off of a radio device. If you go with the option of going with the micro switches, which is easier, you do not have to take the camera apart. All you have to do is take the original black and yellow wire that is already on the FPV camera, install it onto the micro switch, and then to be able to record, you take one of the switches, whichever one you install is your choice, but to activate the picture, you press it quick and it'll take a picture. To start the record mode, you hold down the button for at least 2 seconds and it'll start record. When you bring your quadcopter back, you have to hold it for 2 seconds again to stop the video. You have to remember, you have to do this on the Syma quadcopters or your video will get corrupted and you will not be able to view it. The other option is to install a 3.5mm jack, which is what I did. I took the FPV camera apart. You're going to have 2 screws in the top. The circuit board will easily pop out if you just use a screwdriver. Be careful not to break anything. You need to desolder the original wires that were inside the circuit board, and then you need to solder this into the correct locations. FPV camera mounting modification. To be able to mount your Syma X5 FPV camera on your Syma X8C quadcopter, you need to take this black piece here, which is the one that has the 3 screw holes, and screw it onto either the bottom of your quadcopter directly, or, as I did, I was able to save the Syma X8C camera mount and mount it onto there. That way all I have to do is slide it on or click it off without having to make any modifications directly to my Syma X8. This mount here is the one that's designed for the original Syma X5, not the newer versions. You notice it has the little mounting holes there that you can take these hooks and slide them on to the mount. It's kind of hard to do here with one hand. Well, you see I've mounted the camera onto the orange clip. So now all I have to do, and there you go. Once you have completed all the necessary modifications, make sure everything powers on. Turn on your quadcopter and your controller, make sure they are synced. Turn on the FPV camera and the monitor, make sure you're getting video. Once everything is powered on, up will be for pictures, down will be for videos. If you push the picture button up, you'll notice some of the information will disappear. That means it's taking a picture. And there you go, we have successfully took a picture. Now to activate the video, you pull it down once, and you'll notice the bottom right, the timer will start. There you go, we've successfully started recording a video. And to stop it, you'll do the same function. You will pull this button down, and the video has stopped. And there we go, we have successfully modified a Syma X8 with a Syma X5 FPV kit. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I have answered all your questions.